right, good evening, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone with you here, along with me, Stu Mayhem in the booth. And tonight we've got NWA All-Star Wrestling coming to you live from Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, wrestling fans, our opening contest. We're going to get a look at the young Sam Houston. Really made a name for himself during the U.S. Tag Team Tournament, along with his tag team partner, Wahoo McDaniel, scoring a huge upset victory in the opening round.
Oh, Sam Houston looking unbelievable in that event, and definitely caught the attention of a lot of the promoters, which has probably got something to do with why he's in the match he is in tonight.
Well, as well as he did in that match, I'm not sure he's not bitten off a little bit more than he is ready to chew right here tonight. But I can tell you, if he were to win tonight's match, that would go across the world as headline news. Here comes his opposition, and I don't know anybody that's stepping up to get in the ring with this guy. This is the man they call Vader.
One of the most awesome forces you will ever see. And for a big man, he can certainly move.
Oh, look at this, Sam Houston not going to waste any time. Vader just met him, though, in the aisle. He still has that headdress on. And he is attacking Sam Houston. I think Houston thought that the best chance he would have would be to take on the offense, but that has proven to backfire.
Well, Vader, oh, wait a minute, Sam Houston now turns the chin. Oh, just knocked that headset right off of Vader.
And now Sam Houston just ran Vader into the steel ring post. I don't know how much you want to play with Vader. Referee wants him in the ring. That hasn't happened yet. Vader is now in the ring. Sam Houston still out on the floor.
Well, of all the things that I could have predicted for this one, this beginning is not one of them.
Vader has got him up. And now Houston, back elbow right to the head, stunned the man for just a second. But Vader able to retaliate very quickly. German suplexes take Sam Houston over.
Now the big man really going to work on the youngster. He might have already ended the match normally, but I think now Houston's got to pay. As far as Vader's concerned anyway.
Vader's got him up. He's going to do what with him? Powerbomb! On the floor. I thought he was going to put him on the guardrail with it. Vader continues the beating of Sam Houston. Ran him head first into that steel ring post. Vader riling up the crowd. Referee's count continues as it reaches 7. Sam Houston walks right into a boot.
Well, Vader took his time. He knew that he had the control of the situation. Now, look at this.
He's got him a choke slam. Vader sizing Sam Houston up, and this is not looking good. Sam Houston, powerbomb. Vader goes for the cover, and Houston was in the ropes, I think. Vader goes for the boot, and Sam Houston hits with a belly-to-belly suplex. Vader stunned.
He's got the big man in trouble. Suplex tips him over.
But again, Sam Houston having trouble following it up with anything. Vader crushing down. Now Vader throwing the hips into Sam Houston, and then Beals across the ring. Tremendous clothesline.
Sam Houston is in trouble here in Raleigh.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Sam Houston took the fight to Vader. Not too many people would have tried doing that. It gave him a couple of moments, but he has not been able to put anything with anything together. Nice move right there again. Sam Houston with an arm drag, but what will he follow it up with? Oh, wait a minute, there's a bulldog.
He got him with that bulldog, and now Vader looking to be stunned. Vader not entirely sure what's going on here. This young man from this out of nowhere, it appears, on the scene.
Houston ran into Vader. I should say Vader ran into Houston. And, well, Houston, we have a problem. Vader's got him. Oh, what a move. It's over.
Oh, Vader had him beat. Now he picks him up.
Vader continues to punish Sam Houston. I really think he takes great offense to the fact that Sam Houston decided to try and attack him during his entrance.
Well, try is the operative word in that sentence, but at the same time, you almost have to take it as a compliment. He thought that it was the only chance he had, and he might have been right.
Well, chance is the key word, because right now Sam Houston is running out of them. Another devastating clothesline by this mastodon of a man. Vader going to work on Sam Houston.
Well, this crowd is in awe of what they're seeing here, and as well they should be.
Vader, what's he going to do now? Houston's in trouble. Vader with the bomb. Oh, my goodness. 1, 2, and oh, not again.
Well, he had him. He had him and decided, no, not yet.
He's going to hit him with a powerbomb again. Down goes Houston. And it is over. Sam Houston decided to attack Vader as he was coming down the aisle. That backfired on him. As we look back on some of the moments of this one.
Well, Vader just manhandled this guy. As you see right there, over and over again until finally, look at that big splash off the middle rope. Devastating maneuver.
Well, that was really it at that point, but Vader decided he'd go one more with another power bomb just for good measure. You have to wonder, though, if we're going to ever see the Sam Houston we saw at the U.S. Tag Team Title Tournament. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Come on, don't do this. What is... It's over. You won the match. Vader with a steel chair in the ring. What is he doing, referee? Standing by helplessly. Sam Houston back into the ring. Vader has got him. Continues to pummel away at Sam Houston. Oh, he just dropped him. Vader, what's he gonna do? Has him up. Powerbomb.
He went for the chair, and I think he overshot by a little bit.
Fans, we got more coming up right after this. All right, fans, we are back, and we are being joined by the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
Well, Nikita Koloff's in a pretty lousy mood ever since losing that United States Championship.
All you stupid people out there, you do not understand that you should be standing up for Nikita Koloff. I am superior athlete. You are lucky even to look at the greatest Russian wrestler of all time. You see, unlike your people, like Lex Luger, who cannot hold on to championships, who gives up championships. He gave up the United States Championship, and now you have no champion. But don't worry, that won't be for long. Because of the Clash of the Champions, Nikita Koloff, once again, will be the United States Heavyweight Champion. And you will once again understand that the Russian is superior to United States athletes. And unlike Lex Luger, who cannot hold a championship, I will take and I will own that title for as long as I want to. And there's nothing you or anyone else can do about it. At the Clash of the Champions, the United States Championship is coming home to Russia.
Well, there it is. Nikita Koloff says he's going to take the United States title back at the Clash of the Champions. All right, fans, we are back here live, Raleigh, North Carolina. The NWA World Tag Team titles on the line. Here come the challengers, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Well, I'll tell you, it's great to have the Rock and Roll Express back, and they are still looking for retribution for what happened to them way back in October. They were both sidelined for many months with injuries at the hands of the Midnight Express. But since returning a few weeks ago, Ricky and Robert have been paying them back in spades. And tonight they can really step it up a notch by taking the tag team titles away from Jim Cornette and company.
Well, this is one of the opportunities that they have managed to get now for a tag team title match. They have jumped the Midnight Express over and over again in matches that the Rock and Roll Express weren't even a part of, just to get their point across. And now here comes Jim Cornette, making his way down. With the Midnight Express.
Well, Cornette's got an interesting look going on right now. Almost looks like he's ready to get in the ring himself.
Looking very confident, I gotta say. Maybe a little more confident than he has a right to be.
Unless he knows something we don't, which is very possible with Jim Cornette.
All right, fans, there it is, the NWA World Tag Team titles. That's what these two teams are going to be going back and forth fighting for. We take a look at the challengers. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, former tag team champions. They know what it takes to get it done. Tonight, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done. Questions have been asked about how well they've recovered from their injuries. Did they come back too soon? We'll find out because those questions are going to be answered here tonight.
Well, there are the NWA Tag Team Champions, at least for the moment. Beautiful Bobby and Loverboy Dennis.
There have been many incarnations of the Midnight Express. This has been one of the most successful tandems, though. Dennis Condrey and Beautiful Bob Eaton. All right, Bell Sounds, action's underway, and who will it be? Bob Eaton going to work on Ricky Morton. Tonight, our main event fans, we're going to see the total package. Lex Luger going up against Ric Flair. There are no titles involved because we currently have no NWA champion. That will be decided at the Clash of the Champions in 2 weeks.
Well, it was going to be a championship match until the attorneys of Ric Flair got involved, and that forced the hand of the NWA, who stripped Luger of that title.
Robert Gibson now with a real big arm drag, taking Bobby Eaton all the way over. And now look at this, Gibson stretching out the leg, and Eaton is in trouble.
Wow, he's got a lot of torque on the hamstring there. You can see him grabbing at it. But Bobby Eaton has survived for the moment.
These two teams know each other as well as any two teams in wrestling history ever have. The matches they have had, time and time again, have been historic. And Robert Gibson with a lunging tag, made it out. Ricky Morton in the ring. Back elbow, down goes Beautiful Bobby.
Follows it up with a nice elbow drag as well. And Ricky Morton could be a house of fire, and that will be bad news.
Went for the suplex, Bobby Eaton able to get out of it. Nice move by Ricky Morton.
And now it is Bobby Eaton looking to make the tag to Loverboy Dennis, but he can't do it.
Missing turnbuckle in one corner. Ricky Morton poises himself with a back elbow. He caught him, but not flush.
That one took a little bit out of both men, I think. And now, nice leg drag right there by Bobby Eaton. Turns the tempo in favor of the Midnight Express.
There's the tag made now. Dennis Condrey going to the middle rope and comes down on the arm of Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton now dropped across the top rope by Loverboy Dennis. Jim Cornette watching on. Condrey delivers the elbow right to the head. Loverboy Dennis Condrey going to work on Ricky Morton. Tag team titles are on the line, fans. So much action bringing your way here on All-Star Wrestling this week here, part of the PBS Superstation on the Nation Network. Ricky Morton dropping the back of the head of Dennis Condrey into the knee. And now Morton follows up. As we mentioned, we are about 2 weeks away from the Clash of the Champions. It'll be in Miami, Florida, the James L. Knight Center. And we will see all of the NWA titles on the line. We will find out who will be crowned the NWA United States Tag Team Champions. Ricky Morton with a nice drop kick right now, and Dennis Condrey is in trouble.
Oh, Condrey's in a lot of trouble. Now he's in the wrong corner. Tag is made.
Oh, wait a minute. This is it. Double drop kick. We might have new champions. Gibson goes for the cover. Bob Eaton's going to make the save. 2. Oh, the
Wow, Eaton missed the save on the first. Look at Cornette. He is fit to be tied. His lunch ticket almost went away.
Both members of the Midnight Express are laid out in the ring. Gibson with that back elbow. Free fall on Bobby Eaton. And now Dennis Condrey taking advantage of the distraction. Down goes Gibson. The Rock and Roll Express so close to becoming the tag team champions. And now it is Robert Gibson in the wrong part of town as he is deep in the corner of the Midnight Express. Up in the air, nice slam. Leg drop by Loverboy Dennis, finding its mark.
Another tag is made by Condrey over to Eaton. And now Bobby Eaton just walks into that one.
Robert Gibson now really cranking on that headlock, and Jim Cornette again not real happy with what he's seeing. Robert Gibson continues to do the damage to Bobby Eaton. Dennis Condrey ate a whole lot of damage the last time he was in the ring. I'm not sure how he's recuperating from that double drop kick. Really shook him up. But the Rock and Roll Express looking like they want to take those titles home tonight. They don't want to wait for the Clash of the Champions. Irish whip, drop toe hold, follows it up with an elbow. Textbook Midnight Express right there. And now cover goes for one. Save made by Ricky Morton.
Well, Ricky Morton just got deposited all the way out to the floor. You were mentioning, that these two teams are set to meet at the Clash of the Champions, which they are. So no matter who wins tonight, there will be a return match.
There's a slam, and here comes the double team. Save made by Ricky Morton, otherwise this one might have been over. Bobby Eaton goes for the cover, hooks the leg, it's two. He almost got him.
Wow, I thought it was over. Bobby Eaton thought it was over.
Once again, the Irish whip into the corner. Now the Midnight Express really starting to mount the offense. Another slam. And a splash. Ricky Morton one more time, makes a save, and now Robert Gibson desperate to make the tag. There's a scoop, and now Gibson out the back. Oh, in a back suplex, make the tag, and he needs to.
Well, he does, but he didn't take advantage of the opportunity he just had. Now he does. There's the double team coming up.
Irish whip into the rope. Look at this. Double drop kick on the money.
And again, the save by Bobby Eaton.
Oh, he just jabbed Ricky Morton, distracting him. Morton right back to Dennis Condrey at this point. 2 times they've had Dennis Condrey beat with a double drop kick. 2 times Bobby Eaton able to make the save. Now from the middle rope, Ricky Morton. Down with a double sledgehammer across the head, and Condrey is in trouble. The suplex perfectly placed. Dennis Condrey with a big knee lift manages to save himself. Tag is made about Eaton. The NWA Tag Team titles on the line in this one.
Well, we're getting down to that point where you gotta figure the next mistake could be it.
Tremendous knee lift by Ricky Morton, and down goes Bobby Eaton. Morton has got him. Oh, hung him up across the top rope. Flying drop kick by Ricky Morton.
Oh, he might have him right here. Goes for the cover.
2 and 0. I thought we were going to have new tag team champions for a moment. This crowd on its feet here in Raleigh, North Carolina, for the Rock and Roll Express. They don't want to wait for February to see them take the titles. They want them taking them tonight. Hurricane Rocker.
Now look at Ricky Morton continuing to do work on the leg.
Fans, we may be deep into the winter season right now, but things are heating up here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Here comes the double team again. Both members of the Rock and Roll Express to perfection, and Bob Eaton is in trouble.
He was about to make the tag, but Robert Gibson was able to make that not happen, preventing that tag. Stands him up with a big knee lift. Oh, and now Bob Eaton able to sneak out of this one.
Loverboy Dennis Condrey going to work on Robert Gibson with a gutbuster. From the middle rope, what has Dennis Condrey got in mind? He caught him.
He did indeed, and now Robert Gibson's going to have to figure something out before it's too late. The Rock and Roll Express only going to get so many opportunities at the tag team titles.
Oh, look at Gibson rolls through, comes off, arm drag takedown, nicely done. Into that exposed steel ring.
Dennis Condrey perfectly timing the use of that steel ring.
And now Gibson all the way out to the floor. Now it's a 2-on-1 on the floor. The numbers game.
Gibson caught him and stunned him. Now it's Eaton thrown into the ring. Now he throws both members of the Midnight Express into the ring, and Robert Gibson in control.
Robert Gibson with a bulldog. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. We got new tag team champions.
Unbelievable. The Rock and Roll Express once again your NWA Tag Team Champions.
Fans, we look back at moments of this one. I can't believe what we saw tonight. That double drop kick had it won on a number of occasions, but Bobby Eaton able to make the save each and every time. But he could not make the save here on the last one.
Well, it was the Bulldog by Robert Gibson that did it. And there you have them, the brand new NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express.
Fans, it won't be long before the Midnight Express get their return title match, because that will be exactly what we see at the Clash of the Champions. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and we are going backstage to our colleague Lance Muscle, who has the total package Lex Luger with him at this time.
Thank you very much, and indeed, with me at this time is the total package Lex Luger. Tonight was supposed to be a title defense against Ric Flair. Now there's no title to defend.
Well, you know something? Ric Flair understands something. He understands that he can't beat the total package Lex Luger. So he has to go get his attorneys to take the title away from me. But Rick, tonight is just going to be a little sample, just a taste of what you're going to get at the Clash of the Champions when the gold is on the line. And just like it happened in Daytona, it'll happen again in Miami. I am going to walk out as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You can believe me when I tell you that.
All right, fans, back up to ringside.
All right, well, strong words from the total package Lex Luger. As we take a look at two members of the Horsemen. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson making their way down to the ring. They were upset in the opening round of the United States Tag Team Tournament. They were one of the favorite teams going in. And they lost to the Fantastics. Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers shocked the world.
Well, you know what? A lot of people were shocked. Obviously, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard being amongst them. I, for one, wasn't shocked. I was a little surprised, but let's not forget the Fantastics, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They know how to be a great, successful tag team. They've done it many times in the past. They've got a track record, and I don't know how big a surprise it really was.
Well, tonight is the return matchup. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard asked for. They want an opportunity for revenge. It won't do them any good. They will not be competing for the U.S. Tag Team titles at the Clash of the Champions. But they still want to get out there and prove a point that these two men, in their opinion, got lucky.
Well, you know what? No matter what happens tonight, they did get lucky because they're going to be at the Clash of the Champions, fighting for the U.S. Tag Team titles against another tremendous tag team in the Fabulous Ones.
All right, fans, bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. They tie up in the middle of the ring. Arn Anderson using that power advantage to throw Tommy Rogers across back to his own corner. Now it is Anderson. Nice deep arm drag by Tommy Rogers. Going for the suplex. He's got Anderson up in the air. Anderson hanging there for just a little bit.
He wants to make him think about what's coming, and he's doing. Look at this.
Nice job right there by Tommy Rogers. Again, not the biggest guy in the match, but he absolutely has the ability to use. He knows leverage very well. He uses his size and strength as an ally, despite that, the fact that he doesn't have as much as the other two men he's facing. He uses their leverage against them and their body weight against them. Very smart wrestler. But once again, the enforcer, Arn Anderson, trying to send the signal out. The Horsemen have been in disarray for quite a while now. It's more than just this recent event with Lex Luger happening. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard have had a very hard time as they have tried desperately to get tag team gold in the camp of the Horsemen. They've not been successful.
Yeah, when you look at what happened with Luger, if anyone should have been kicked out of the group, it shouldn't have been him. He took the Florida title, turned that up into the U.S. title, and then turned that into the world title. That's not the guy you probably should lose.
All right, now Tommy Rogers going up to the top rope. Arn Anderson still out, prone in the ring. But Rogers is going to wait for him to get up. Oh, and he comes down with the elbow. He caught him.
Anderson tried to get out of the way, but he didn't.
Irish whip into the turnbuckle now. Tommy Rogers got that front face lock on. And that amateur wrestling maneuvering going on by Tommy Rogers now goes to a rear chin lock or a crossface more or less. Well, I'll tell you something right now. If the Fantastics win this match here tonight, then nobody can say it was an upset.
Well, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I think if they win another match against the Horsemen, I think at that point in time, everyone just has to accept the fact that these guys are legitimate and they're here.
Anderson now has them tied upside down in the corner, choking them out. There's the Irish whip into the ropes back out front. Anderson with a shot to the midsection.
Tommy Rogers felt that one.
I'll say he did. Into the turnbuckle he goes. Now he's in the wrong part of town. Tag made. Our first look at Tully Blanchard. Goes to the middle rope. Goes to work on the arm. Blanchard, what's he going to do? Hangs him across the top rope. Tag made, and now Bobby Fulton is in, but he runs right into the big knee.
Well, you know, Tully Blanchard in control, which is great, but he never should have let Tommy Rogers get out. He had him in so much trouble. Now he's got to start all over again with Bobby Fulton.
Oh, Fulton with that big forearm, and another one. Irish whip to the ropes. Tully Blanchard back out front. Arm drag taking him down. Missed the elbow drop. Big clinched right hand to the forehead, and down goes Fulton.
Nice move right there. Tully Blanchard able to turn things around for the Horsemen.
Pile driver. Tully Blanchard with a pile driver. Now Bobby Fulton in trouble. Tag is made. What are they going to do here? Oh, no, don't do this. Don't do this.
Oh, spike pile driver. It's over.
Tommy Rogers will have to make the save because Bobby Fulton is never going to kick out of that. The enforcer, Anderson, going to work, rake in the eyes. Tommy Rogers, though, in the meantime, taking Tully Blanchard out. Referee putting the count. Bobby Fulton with the opportunity here. He's got to stay on top of Anderson, though. Having the fan support is great, but right now what you need to do is focus on the injured man. Oh, look at this. He's going to go for it. He's got it. A version of that Scorpion Deathlock that we see Sting use. And there's the tag by both teams.
Tully Blanchard just walked right into an absolute barrage by Tommy Rogers.
Look at this, Tommy Rogers with a deadlift gut-wrench suplex, and Tully Blanchard is down. He's going to do it again.
And he does.
Tully Blanchard in trouble right now again. Tommy Rogers with that crossface, pulling back on the head and the neck of Tully Blanchard.
Been very impressed with Tommy Rogers and how he has wrestled in this match against two real seasoned veterans.
German suplex to bring him back in the ring the hard way. Now I've seen everything.
Standing moonsault to follow it up, and Tully's in trouble.
Senton splash and Tully Blanchard down. Why is Tommy Rogers not trying to do something? Look at this in the corner. Tully Blanchard, sunset flippy, couldn't hold on.
Oh, that might have been it right there if he could have held his shoulders down, and now Tully Blanchard making the same mistake by playing up to the fans when he should be taking care of the injured man in the ring.
Down across the shoulder he goes. There's the atomic knee drop, and out he goes. Now it is Arn Anderson, the enforcer for the Four Horsemen, going to work on Tommy Rogers.
Wow, what a great reversal by Rogers with that cross ankle sweep. And now what's he going to... Oh, look, he is running right in front of Arn Anderson. Looked a little indecent for a moment there, but...
Rogers with a series of forearm clotheslines, and now driving into the corner. Anderson misses. Rogers catches, and now once again a house of fire is Tommy Rogers. What's it going to be like in the Clash of the Champions?
Oh, that's going to be one for the record book, folks. I'm telling you, get your tickets now while you can.
And here it is, the rocket launcher. Hooks it like 1, 2. Oh, the save made by Tully Blanchard, or it would have been over. Blanchard now out to the floor. Arn Anderson shoots the leg, takes him down. Bobby Fulton in trouble. Spine buster by the enforcer, and that could be a problem. Rake in the back.
Well, we know that when he starts going after that spine buster, his DDT is usually not far behind, and not too many people get up from that.
Anderson doing a number right now on Bobby Fulton. Irish whip reverse, and now it's Anderson in the corner. Bobby Fulton follows him in. Fulton, springboard. What's he going to do here? Sunset flip. He's got the shoulders. He couldn't hold him.
Well, much like Anderson earlier. Wait a minute.
Getting ready. There's that super kick. Right to the chin. 1, 2. Oh, and Anderson just barely gets his shoulder up.
I thought it was all over.
There is the tag made. Double team coming up. What are they going to do with them? Double Irish whip. Spins through. Back body drop, and Anderson's down. Arn Anderson continuing to punish Tommy Rogers, but Rogers just keeps coming back like the Terminator. He won't stay down. There's the tag made, and now Tully Blanchard, legal man in, takes down Tommy Rogers. Another knee right to the midsection, a shoulder tackle.
Well, Tully Blanchard knows it's now or never. It seems in a lot of trouble. Bobby Fulton barely hanging on the apron. Tommy Rogers now in trouble. Working that knee. This is what the Horsemen do.
Pile driver! He got him! If he goes for the cover, it's over.
Tommy Rogers is not moving. He is out.
Hooks the leg. It's 1, 2. Oh, Tommy Rogers comes out the back. Right to the eyes, and he rakes him again.
Blanchard now has the opportunity. He's got him in his corner. What's he going to do about it?
Down across the arm. And one thing about the Horsemen, we've seen it time and time again. You see them working body parts. They have singled out the arm and they have singled out the leg. They aren't necessarily working on a victory for today. They are working on a victory for a month from today. And they will start weakening these joints on guys they know they're going to be seeing down the line, just so it makes it easier in that later match.
Well, it's a very sound strategy that has worked well for them in the past. We've seen them do things just like that to Dusty Rhodes and the Rock and Roll Express, just to name a few.
Bobby Fulton is in the wrong part of town right now. He needs to get over to his corner and stay away from that one. Anderson working the arm, as we mentioned. And again, into the turnbuckle he goes. I thought he was going to make the tag to Tully Blanchard, but he didn't. Big right hand down on the side of the head of Bobby Fulton. Goes for the scoop slam, couldn't hold on. Fulton dropping Anderson on the back of his head.
He's going to be dazed for a little bit after that one. He doesn't look at him. He don't know where he's at. Nice move by Fulton to remove Tully Blanchard. But why not follow up?
Now it's Anderson with DDT. Anderson hooks the leg. And Tommy Rogers able to make that save.
Well, Anderson's going to make him pay a price for getting involved as he takes that knee out. Anderson again.
DDT. Nobody there to make the save. Anderson goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! You've got to be kidding. 1, 2.
How in the world, after 2 DDTs, did Bobby Fulton kick out?
Tag is made. Again, the shoulder and the arm. Tully Blanchard thinks it's over. We'll see. We all thought it was over a few moments ago.
Well, they're doing a superb job with a double demon tops. That one worked out in favor of Fulton, who was able to catch Blanchard coming in.
Well, no matter who wins this matchup, the Fantastics, number one, have proven it wasn't a fluke. Number two, I'm not sure how good they'll be going into the Clash of the Champions based on how much punishment they're taking here tonight.
Well, these are the things that have a lingering effect sometimes. And wait a minute.
There it is, the rocket launcher. Will that be enough? Tully Blanchard is in. And he makes the save. Excuse me, Arn Anderson, rather. Anderson dropping Bobby Fulton. But Tommy Rogers with a belly-to-back suplex on Tully Blanchard.
There's that standing inverted splash.
Nice move right there by Bobby Fulton. Here's the tag made to Arn Anderson. The enforcer back in again. But Tommy Rogers caught him.
This could be a main event anywhere in the world. These men are putting on one hell of a show.
Cross body. And now Arn Anderson back to his feet. Bobby Fulton catches him with that double sledgehammer to the head. This crowd here in Raleigh, North Carolina, on their feet, man. They are seeing one heck of a match. There's no titles involved in this one, but it feels just like a championship match.
Well, we saw a great tag team match moments before this one, giving us new tag team champions.
And now Anderson goes for the cover. He's got his feet up on the ropes, but not enough for three. Tag is made. Irish whip. Flying drop kick knocks him out. Tommy Rogers. What a pile driver. Will that be enough? 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's not an upset when you do it twice.
What a match we saw here, fans. The Fantastics victorious again over Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. But at what cost, you might ask?
Well, they definitely suffered a lot of injury in this one. Arn and Tully, they worked on all sorts of joints. They worked the knees, they worked the shoulders and the arms. But the Fantastics just kept coming back for more, and it was enough to propel them to victory.
All right, fans, they will be going to Clash of the Champions in the finals for the NWA U.S. Tag Team Championship. It'll be the Fantastics against the Fabulous Ones. You won't want to miss that. We still have the total package. Lex Luger to go one-on-one with the Nature Boy Ric Flair right here live from Raleigh, North Carolina. Stay with us. All right, fans, we are back here. We're going to go backstage once again to Lance Muscle, who has the Nature Boy Ric Flair with him.
Well, I do indeed. Thank you very much. I am back here in the locker room, and joining me is the one and only Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And I've got to tell you something, Mr. Flair. Everyone a little surprised at what happened once your attorneys got a hold of this situation.
Well, first off, Lance, let me tell you something. I am not used to fighting battles in court. I fight my fights inside the ring. But Luger, what you did to me in Daytona wasn't going to go unanswered, and it didn't. Now, you're on the outside looking in, but right now, tonight is just a technicality. This is just getting things going as we work our way to the Clash of the Champions. It was supposed to be a title match. I could have just as soon let it happen, but what I wanted is everyone to know that I never lost that match. And the NWA had to admit that I never lost that match. So now the title's being held up until the Clash. Great. Because in Miami, Florida, I'm telling everyone out there, especially you lovely ladies, that when the Clash is over, here is going to be a party at South Beach. And it's going to be run by the Horsemen and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who will once again be your NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Woo!
All right, fans, you heard it right there from the Nature Boy. Back to you guys at ringside, Tony. Well, never at a loss for words, the Nature Boy Ric Flair promising that he will be the champion at the end of the Clash of the Champions. Here's the man who up until very recently was wearing that title, the total package Lex Luger. Well, Lex Luger was granted the win by the referee. It was supposed to be 2 out of 3 falls. Nobody got 2 falls. It was 1-0. And the powers that be, rather than run the risk of a very expensive lawsuit, met in the middle and they stripped him of the title, but they did not return it to Ric Flair. That will have to happen at the Clash of the Champions. Well, we are looking at the 2 most recent NWA World Champions. Right now, neither man can truly call themselves a champion, although both of them have some claim to fame. Of course, Luger was awarded the win, and he did have a 1-0 advantage, so he got the majority of wins. Just didn't get 2 out of 3. Had it been a standard match, we would not have all this controversy right now. Well, I'll tell you, there won't be any controversy now when we get to Miami because it's very simple. It's all laid out. 2 out of 3 falls, no time limit. Falls count anywhere, anything goes, and the only stipulation is that if a member of Horsemen gets involved in any way at all, Ric Flair would be disqualified and Lex Luger would be the NWA champion. Well, Ric Flair likes to fancy himself to be the dirtiest player in the game, and when you give him a match where there are no rules, I don't know that he needs the Horsemen. See the look on the face of the total package of Lex Luger like he cannot wait for the opportunity to get his hands on Ric Flair, and the 2 men meet in the middle of the ring. Flair attacking the leg immediately of Lex Luger, wasting no time whatsoever. Goes for a cover very early on. You're not going to get him that quickly. No, but to follow up on something we were talking about in the last match with the Horsemen, you saw Flair immediately attacking the leg. He does not care if he wins this match tonight. I'm not even sure Luger cares. What I think is that both of these men want to do their damage on each other heading into the Clash next month, so that if there's a weak knee, Ric Flair's figure 4 leg lock will be much more effective. And if Luger can do some more damage to Ric Flair's Achilles heel, which is his back, then that torture rack is that much more effective. So I think that's all we're seeing in this match tonight, is who can damage the other one more heading into the Clash of the Champions.
Yeah, I'd have to agree 100% with everything you just said right there, because win and loss doesn't make a difference here. Nobody's going to drop out of the top 10 standings. These two men are going to meet at the Clash of the Champions. So whether you win or lose the match really won't have a big say in your career. But if you can capitalize on opportunities here and do some damage that can carry over, and a move like that'll do that. The pile driver, Luger holding his neck.
Yeah, Luger didn't look good at all, man. He really crumbled.
Now the Nature Boy Ric Flair may be the one who's going to deal out that punishment. Continues going to work on the neck. And now the total package putting Ric Flair on the apron, bringing him back in the hard way. No. Flair gets the upper hand once again. Still on the apron. Now he comes back into the ring, stepping through the ropes. Luger comes up with a shoulder tackle, and down goes Flair. We are looking at not one, but two uncrowned champions. You could almost make an argument that each of them should wear the belt right now until the match.
What's it going to be like in Miami when the title's on the line?
Well, again, Ric Flair going to work on that leg, and that's all he wants to do in this one. He wants to take that leg out, and now he's going to go for a figure four. He's got it on. Luger's in trouble.
Luger is in trouble, and he better figure a way out of this quickly.
He's trying to turn, and he does. Flair has to release it because that puts all the pressure on the person applying the hold. Luger slamming Flair into the buckle and down. Down the middle of the ring. One count and Flair out the back. Luger going to work, rake in the eyes of Ric Flair.
Ric Flair now in trouble.
Luger from the middle rope, he's got Flair. Superplex takes him down. The total package showing everyone what it's all about.
Well, I would much rather that he would have followed up with Ric Flair, but again, not to beat a dead horse, but the win-loss situation really isn't going to play a huge role here. Normally, I would say, even though in a non-title match, you'd want to win for the confidence going into the clash, but both of these men hold victories over one another, so they have all the confidence in the world. This is merely about setting the stage, in my opinion.
Flair went for that pile driver again, or not. He's got him up. What's he going to do with him? Face first into the turnbuckle, and Luger collapsing. Flair now with that foot across the front of Luger. The Nature Boy running knee drop textbook. Hooks the leg, gets one, two. Oh, and he almost got him with it.
You see the look of surprise on the face of Ric Flair, and he does a header.
Clothesline by Luger. Luger still trying to shake off the effects. Flair comes down the back. Big right hand. Luger's in trouble now. Ric Flair from behind. Atomic knee drop, and down goes the total package. Oh, come on!
What in the world? Referee does nothing about it. That is a blatant violation of the rules.
That is a message being sent by Ric Flair, because at Miami there will be no rules. That will be a legal move. Flair down on the head, and Luger's busted wide open.
The total package now bleeding from the forehead. He's in trouble.
Oh, but wait a minute. It might have sparked him. Luger taking Flair over. As the blood streams down the face of the total package. Lex Luger turns around, and he catches Ric Flair.
He may have baited him in with that one.
Flair slides out the back again, and dropping Luger on the back of his head. Flair once again with that knee, right down on the busted open forehead of Luger, and now the blood is really streaming.
It's getting into his eyes. You have to wonder how much Luger's got left.
Luger's losing a great deal of blood. Referee might have to stop this one. Flair going for the figure four leg lock once again. Luger managed to get the ropes. Flair goes for it again.
Luger's in trouble. Referee's asking him. It's over.
Lex Luger had a tap out to the Ric Flair figure four leg lock. Is that a sign of things to come?
Well, we talked about not needing confidence heading into the Clash next month, but I might rethink that, because Luger was just soundly beaten here.
Flair with that devastating knee drop, not once, but twice. And then the figure four leg lock on Lex Luger draws a submission. What's it going to be like in Miami, Florida? Will Ric Flair walk out as the champion as he has promised? Fans, we can only wait and see. Thank you for joining us here on the Nation Network. As always, we appreciate your continued support. We'll see you more next week with more NWA Wrestling. Until then, this is Tony Schiavone saying, so long, everyone.